Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast where we watch movies about the bourgeois versus the proletariat and stuff of that nature.
Yes.
Captain America saying fuck. It's great.
It really is though. Actual violence and Captain America saying fuck, it's amazing.
Yeah, great. I got my second vaccine today. So
Woohoo.
in 2 weeks, I'm out.
Yep. It's
I'm
over
out.
for everybody.
Over for everyone.
Jordan's out and about now.
hmm So be ready. You'll probably see me. How was your week, Kelly?
It was good. We went on a hike yesterday.
It was fun. It wasn't 7 miles like last time.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bunch of hills. It was a
Yeah,
really nice, just smooth trail we went on. It was
yeah,
really
around a
nice.
lake. We tried to get some sugar daddies. That didn't work, but
Yeah. I mean, they might have heard us, but like we haven't heard anything back yet. So,
yeah. I shouted out my phone number. I'm just waiting
yeah.
for a call.
Yeah, we're just waiting because we need one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
I'll
have
take
this. We made a whole plan to move into a house together. So
Yeah. Yeah, us and three other people. So,
yeah, we need money.
yeah. We're all, figuring it out, but we don't have enough to, get a good house. Like we could
Yeah,
get a house, it probably would be like some crack house somewhere, but
yeah.
we would like a better house than that. So,
hmm
sugar mamas, daddy's friend buddies,
sugar days, sugar
sugar
buddies.
days,
We don't discriminate.
we really don't, I can provide any type of companionship y'all need.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, oh wait, I forgot. We have to mention this
Hmm.
so everyone else can know. So me and Kelly found out that there's kids getting married now for
Oh
FAFSA
yeah.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, why didn't no one tell us this before?
Yeah.
We already married in the eyes of the Lord. We would have got
Yeah.
married on paper.
Yeah. Then we would have been married in all senses of the word
Yeah,
instead of just not legally.
we could have got FAFSA money. We could have got double stimulus money.
For
Next time there's a scam going on, let us in.
yeah, let us in, please, because I am in a lot of debt,
Like,
and I could have used that money.
yeah, marriage is nothing to me. I will marry someone
Right.
for a
I
little
would
bit of
have.
money.
Right.
Like, come
Right.
on.
If you told me this at 18, I would have grabbed anybody that I was like if I could tolerate you, then I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go. Like I don't have to talk to you ever.
Yeah, we
I
could
just
we could live totally separate lives, but
yeah.
we're married.
Yeah. I'm only marrying you for the money and for the tax write-off, so
Yeah,
just saying.
just saying.
Yeah.
So, Kelly has something to do, so we're gonna have to hurry up this episode.
Yes. Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
Taco Bell, bless you. I was cursing you a couple months ago because you took away my baby and now you gave them back to me. It's the spicy potato soft tacos. They're back, y'all. I love those
Do you
things.
guys want to know what happened yesterday? We got sushi yesterday after our hike,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to go get boba as dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And I foolishly
Yeah.
told Kelly and our other friend that the potatoes were back at Taco Bell. And Kelly immediately drove to Taco Bell.
Yes.
We had
Yeah.
just eaten.
Yeah, we finished eating like what, 15 minutes ago, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
we need to find a Taco Bell, and I'm getting the potato soft tacos. That has to happen.
And it did.
And because it was Jordan was overruled 2-1, so and I
Yeah.
was driving, so either way, he either had to get out of the car or come to Taco Bell with us.
I don't like the potatoes.
And that's fine.
If I get
But
breakfast at Taco Bell, that's a different story. I will get my burrito with the potatoes in it, but that's only because I don't like the other options they have. Like I don't want bacon, I don't want sausage. Ew, I don't want their steak. That's not happening.
mm,
And so I get the potatoes, but like that's only because I have no other choice.
If there was another option, I'd take it.
If there was another option, I would take it.
But yeah, my life is now complete. Um, I could die happy.
Good for you.
Okay.
I can die happy now too. I have a vaccine in my arm. So like,
Yeah.
yay!
Yeah.
Okay. But let's get into this movie.
Yes.
We're talking about Snowpiercer this week. A movie about Captain America on a train killing people with his bare hands.
Yeah. It's literally just a rated R Captain America.
I like to think of it as like a bootleg Matrix for a scene that happens towards the end of the movie. But like we will talk about it later.
I see that. I see that.
So the movie starts off with exposition. Love exposition. Via rate.
And it's not even enough exposition.
It's not.
It really isn't.
It's like via radio newsreels or something.
Yeah, they do that whole post-apocalyptic like clips of news.
Yeah.
And they like clip it all together so it makes it sound like it's scary.
Well, either way, the world is dispersing a substance called CW7 into the air to combat global warming. Instead of, I don't know, planting some trees, right, getting rid of oil, they were just like, let's use chemicals.
And what exactly is CW7? We don't know.
Who knows?
It's never talked about ever again.
Let's use chemicals to fight chemicals. Like that's their big solution. Like the entire world was in on this. It wasn't just the United States. Every country in the world was like, yep, let's do it.
Everyone's all like, I don't want to spend the money on trees. Let's just dump a bunch of money into whatever the CW7 is.
Yeah. And so we then have footage of the substance being dispersed. And then we cut to a screen with text. So I had to read.
Yeah.
It says that soon after they dispersed CW7, the world froze.
Yeah. It basically did.
It's like that episode of Jimmy Neutron when they sprayed the stuff into the air to make it cooler. And then it was like a tundra. Exactly like that.
It's just basically, what's that one movie?
The Day After
Day After Tomorrow. Yeah. It's basically the day after. Do you know what? Those movies could be played at the same time, and I'd just be like, it's the same movie.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And so, life becomes extinct because
all
life becomes extinct because somehow there's no way to like combat this. Like they have nothing.
Yeah. And keep that in mind that all life is extinct because later
you
will see that not all life is extinct.
And so like rich people are able to board a train called the Snowpiercer, and then also poor people who like found out about it. It's like that movie 2012 where they made those like boats for the rich people, and then like some poor people found out about it and snuck onto it. Yeah, exactly like that. And then so everyone on this train are the world's only survivors. And so we go onto the train 17 years later, and there's two guards, and they're doing a bed check at the back of the train, which is called the tail. It's where the poor people live.
Yes.
During the check, a man named Curtis, played by Chris Evans, is plotting an escape from the horrible conditions of the tail. One of the soldiers asks if there's anyone who knows how to play the violin during like their food rationing.
Yeah.
And a couple comes up and they're like, we both know how to play. And so the man is chosen to go, but he refuses to leave his wife. So they beat his wife, break her hand, and drag him out.
Yeah. Also, I got really confused because they're like, we just need your hands. And I'm like, are they just going to cut his hands off or something? I don't understand what's going on.
I was confused as to the fact that he was like, she's better than I am. And he was like, I don't care. I want you. And I was like, he just said she plays better than him.
Right.
Wouldn't you want the best person?
Right.
Either way, after this, Curtis, along with like his friends / sidekick, didn't really understand their relationship dynamic.
Yeah. It's weird.
His name is Edgar. They go looking through the car for something and is able to find it when a woman named Tanya points out that her son, Timmy, has the protein block that they need. Timmy doesn't want to give it to them, no matter what they say. They're like, we will give you 2 protein bugs for that one. And he's like, no.
No.
And then so Curtis negotiates with Timmy so that he can play with the one ball they have in the entire tail for an hour by himself.
Which is really sad, by the way.
Yes, very sad.
So sad.
And so Curtis like rips open the protein block and finds a red letter with the name Namjoon Minsu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. A security expert who is in the prison section of the train, who can help them with their escape plan. Mm-hmm. Where they're getting these little red notes from, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, we do know at the end of the movie, but like these people never questioned it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Like, what? Like, did they think this was some like conspirator up in the front of the train, or like some like spirit,
some rich person that felt so bad for them that they were just like, yeah, come like destroy everything and come join us in the front.
Right.
Who knows? And then so Curtis goes to consult with Gilliam. He's the elder / leader of the tail, about his plan to get to the front of the train. Curtis not only wants to get to the front, but he also wants to like take down Mr. Wilford. He is the conductor of the train, the builder of the train. Mm-hmm. He's like worshipped like a god in the front.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's very weird. We'll get to it, especially when we get to the part with the children.
Oh, the cult of Wilford.
Yeah. And so Edgar points out Gilliam's age and is like, Curtis, you should be the leader of the tail. Like, Gilliam is old. He only has one leg. Like,
and one arm.
Yeah, like we need a leader.
Yeah.
But Curtis is like, I'm not a leader. But then continues to lead. Lead the entire movie.
Yes. Doesn't question anything.
No. Curtis then asks Edgar if he remembers his mother, and Edgar says he sometimes remembers her face. Suddenly, a group of soldiers comes in, rounds up all the kids for what they call an inspection. And then a woman in a yellow coat, we later find out her name is Claude, but that's not until the end of the movie. Yeah. She comes in and she checks the height of like all the children. And then she takes one, and then she hears a sneeze come from like the group of adults. And so she goes towards Tanya, and she finds Timmy underneath her skirt and has him taken.
And she only finds him in the most like terrible way, because she was fine. Claude came up to Tanya and like didn't see anything and was about to leave. And then Tanya immediately is just like, run, Timmy!
Right, run, Timmy! And like, girl, what are you doing?
Like, you were fine. You were in the clear. She was going to leave your car.
Yeah. Dumb.
And
then Timmy and another boy are taken. And when the other boy's father throws a shoe at Claude, he is punished by having his arm put outside of the train where it freezes for 7 minutes, while Minister Mason, played by Tilda Swinton. Good for her. I
love Tilda Swinton.
She gives a speech about how they should be grateful because Mr. Wilford and the train are keeping them alive.
Yeah.
And I had to laugh because during the scene, some of the officers are like trying to translate because like there's people from all over the world on this fucking train. And she's like, we don't have time for that. And so so half of the train is not going to understand what you just fucking said.
And it's hilarious because she finishes her like speech and then she looks at the clock and she's like, oh, I've got like, I don't know, 40 more seconds.
Like I got 30 seconds left. Like, let's hear from Mr. Wilford, and then static.
Yeah. I was like, girl, you could have had them translate with you.
You could have had them translate.
It wouldn't have mattered.
And so after the 7 minutes is up, they bring the man's arm back in and then they break it off of his body.
Yeah. Because it's just rock at that point. And they literally just like tap it off and it just comes off.
It just shatters.
Yeah.
After this, Gilliam gets up and he asks Mason to give a message to Wilford that they need to talk. Later, Edgar goes around collecting supplies while Curtis goes to like their local drug dealer. and gets chronal.
Yeah.
It's an industrial waste that they use as drugs in the front of the car. How it gets to the front of the car, who
Don't
knows?
know. Don't know.
What's the need
Also,
of
like,
drugs on this trade? Who knows?
who knows? Also, like going back to the guy who got his arm stuck out. I
Oh,
was
his name
like,
is Andrew. We also don't learn
yes,
his name until like halfway through the movie.
yes. So like when Andrew gets his arm broken off, and Gillum goes up and like comforts him and whatever. Like you see in the background, like the officers just sweeping up the broken chunks of the arm,
No.
and I just had to laugh because like I was like horrified for a second, and then I like look up past Andrew, and then you just see the chunks of his arm being swept up into a little dustpan, and I'm like,
Ew.
oh no.
That's disgusting.
I'm
What were they gonna
sorry.
do with it?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, at the next ration time, Curtis tells Gilliam that he believes the soldiers' guns have no ammunition because during her speech, or like right after it, Mason made a comment about their guns being useless.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there had been like a revolution, what, 4 years ago?
I think there have been like two previous
Yeah, two
revolutions or
previous
something.
revolutions, and shoot, what's his name? Chris Evans.
Curtis.
Curtis, there we go. I'm like, it starts with a C, it's getting stuck in my head. Curtis was like, they probably wasted all their bullets on the other two revolutions, so of course we'll be fine. They're not fine.
Why even have bullets?
Yeah. Like at that point, why wave around a gun if
Yeah.
because you never know if like they really are going to kill you one day and you're just gonna like, what are you gonna do? Stab them with the tip of your gun?
It's so Gilliam is skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, Curtis is like, no, we need to get ready. And so the
Mm-hmm.
tail passengers continue to prepare for their revolt. Tanya goes to Curtis and she demands that he lets her go with him because she's like, I want my son back.
Yeah.
And then Curtis receives a red letter and runs to the front and realizes that they don't have bullets when he literally puts his head up to the end of the gun and the
And
guy
pulls the trigger.
and pulls the trigger. There
Yeah.
was an easier way to check to see
There
if the
really
guns
was.
had bullets.
There really was. Like homie surged up to that man, held the muzzle at his forehead, pulled the
Yeah.
trigger himself, and then immediately was like, "They don't have bullets."
No
Like,
bullets.
what
And
if
then,
that one guy just didn't have bullets?
yeah, what if the gun jammed? Like, come on,
Right.
Curtis. And then so that sets in motion the plan. And so everyone with their homemade battering ram
Yep.
runs towards the gate so that they could be there before it closes.
Mm-hmm.
The tail soldiers attack the guards. And then after a ninja passenger named Gray kills a giant soldier, they make it to the prison section of the train.
He is my favorite, by the way, because
Like,
he doesn't say anything, but he's such a ninja. It's amazing.
like he's a legit ninja. Like
Yeah.
he's like flipping off of walls, cracking people's necks with his thighs.
Yeah. Throwing like shuriken knives and stuff like that. It's
And he's
amazing.
very muscular for someone who only eats protein blocks.
Bar. Yeah.
It's weird.
It really is. Oh, and he's also tatted. I'm moving the mic further and further away from my mouth. He's covered in tats and he doesn't say anything. He just
Yeah.
like shows people his arm for like different words.
Yeah, that was weird. And then so they make it to the prison section and they release Namjoon, who I'm going to call Nam because yeah, and his daughter Yona.
Also, why are they in like morgue? Like,
I literally put that in here. I was like, why are they in like more cold storage things?
And how are they alive?
How does it work? Because like they're asleep when they open it. Is there like some gas in there that
like did they put them in like some kind of trance or like coma type thing and then put them in the like morgue?
Right, or are they just awake and they just leave them laying in there?
I don't know, but they're alive.
And they're alive. How they were fed and given water, who knows?
Who knows?
Nam opens the gate to the next car where they find empty beds and windows.
Yeah.
Most of these people either haven't seen light in 17 years or at all because they were born on the train.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, they make a bargain with them that every gate he opens, he gets chronal
Because
he's a
he
chronal addict.
and his daughter are chronal addicts.
Yeah. His 17-year-old daughter is a chronal addict.
Yeah. Great parenting.
Great parenting.
And then also when they see the windows, Gilliam is sad to see that the world is still frozen. Of course it is. You're still on this fucking train.
Right. Right. Like if like the minute the world started to like heat up or whatever, I'm sure they would have let the poor people off first to be like, let's test the environment. Shove the poor people out.
They would have been like, we need 3 of you guys. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Right. They'll be like, start a colony. We'll make another trip around the world.
We'll see you in a year.
Back in a year. And if I see any progress, we'll leave you out for 5 more so that by the time we're out, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, and so Nam then opens the next car, and his daughter, who is clairvoyant, I guess, but I have a movie fact about it, so
okay, because like whenever she did something like that, I literally just put, "Oh, she's one with the train."
Well, she's a train baby, so
that is true.
And so, for some reason, she says that someone is on the other side.
Mm-hmm. She can tell when like things are happening on the other side of the door.
Yeah. And then so they open the door and we see a man who used to live in the tail. His name is Paul. Mm-hmm. Paul is in charge of making protein blocks. And
yay.
Curtis and another man find out what the protein blocks are made out of.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh yes, because if I had seen that, I would be like, I guess I'm starving to death.
Right.
I'm never eating this again.
I would have vomited.
It's made out of roaches.
Just a bunch of cockroaches being like blended together.
Yeah.
And then like the minute Curtis sees it, he looks at the other guy. He's like, "Don't tell anybody." He closes the thing.
And he does it.
Yeah. The next scene, literally everybody is fighting for a protein block. And I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
And let me just sit here and tell you this. He literally never tells them what is in those protein blocks.
He never tells them. I would have said something.
I would have kicked. If I found out, I would have kicked his ass. I would have beat his ass.
Right.
How dare you stand there and watch me eat this?
Yeah. Also, his whole like, no, I eat them too.
Right? Like, you're a victim as well.
Right. You should be upset. You should be angry.
Pull out the TikTok sound. You're a victim.
Yeah, you're a victim.
Okay. And then so inside the protein block that Paul is eating, you know, the guy who makes these protein blocks.
The cockroach blocks.
Yeah. They find a new red note that tells them to go to the water car of the train. Mm-hmm. Gilliam says that if they can take over the water train, there will be no need to even go to the front because they will control the water.
Yeah.
And so while Nam is trying to open the door to the next car, Curtis talks to Yona and finds out that she was born on the train, and tells her that he spent 17 years on Earth and 17 years on the train, and that he doesn't even remember what it was like before the train. That sucks. He asks if she's clairvoyant, and 1, she doesn't know what that means.
Yeah.
And 2, she never answers the question after he explains it.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you clairvoyant?" And she's like, "What's that?" And then they immediately move on.
Yeah.
He doesn't like try to explain it to her or anything.
She then walks to the door and says not to open it, but it's too late, and her father opens the door. And inside are what looks like hundreds of hooded men
Yes.
with weapons.
Yeah. Oh, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm like, are they butchers or something? And then like like actually looked at them like, oh, that's like a mercenary squad.
How many people live on this fucking train? Because I'm not exaggerating when I said it looked like there was minimum 100 men.
Yeah. Yeah. They're at least 100, maybe more.
And the
Also,
and this
like,
like group has already killed like 20 people. Like how
yeah,
many people are on this train?
right. And like when we see like bits and pieces of the train, like from the outside, how did the people from the tail make it all the way to where they are in like what hours?
Who
That train
knows?
is long.
Who knows? There's a
So
lot
maybe
of
there
there's a
maybe
lot of
there's
stuff that
more
doesn't make
people.
sense.
Yeah, 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 you're right.
We then have a scene where these mercenaries fight the tail passengers. And at one point, there's a bridge that signifies that they have spent another year on the train, and literally everyone stops
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
to
They all
say Happy
stop
New Year,
to say Happy New Year.
including people who are on the floor dying.
Yeah. It is so strange. Like bloodbath is going on, and then they're like, "The train is coming!" And then one of the guy like announces that the train is coming. Everyone dead stops, and they're like, "Happy New Year!" And then immediately just go back to killing each
Yeah.
other. It's so strange.
And then Curtis and one of the like train officers notices that there's a giant block of ice on the track, and
Mm,
everyone stops again because they're
yeah,
like braced for impact.
yeah. And there's multiple
There's
ice
multiple of them.
blocks.
There's like 3 of them,
Yeah,
and they almost tip over the train.
yeah. I don't know how they don't act. I thought that's what was gonna happen. Honestly, when I was watching. I
How is
thought
it?
at least like by the first two, I was like, okay, they like blasted through whatever. And then like the third one, when you see the train like tip a little bit, I'm like,
Yeah.
they're gonna fall over.
uh, yeah. So that happens, and then Mason comes into the car, and she makes an announcement saying that they're useless and they feed off of the generous titty of Mr. Wilford. Her words, not mine.
Yeah, I have it written down because I couldn't stop laughing when she said it. She says, you guys have suckled on the generous titty of Wilford.
Yes. She doesn't say tit, she says titty.
Yes. And she says it in like a kind of bad like English accent, so it just makes it even funnier. And I was
Yes.
just taken out of the moment because I was dying.
Almost anytime Mason was on the screen, I was laughing.
Yeah, same.
Comedy at its finest.
Hmm.
And then so she's like, it's estimated that 74% of you will die. And then someone
Yeah.
throws something at her head, but it's like blocked. Like
Yeah,
another guy like blocks it.
someone throws an axe right at her face and then just blocks it. And I was like, damn, imagine if that just hit her.
She didn't even flinch. Like I
She
was
really
shocked.
didn't. She just stood there like stock straight, wasn't phased.
They then
What a
see the
queen.
yes, they then see the mercenaries put on night vision goggles before Nam and Yona tell them that there is a very long tunnel coming
Yeah.
after
And that they're all
this
dead.
bridge. Yeah. Curtis then has a kid from the tail light a match that he stole from Nam. And somehow with that one match, he makes like 50 torches.
Yeah, also the fact that the kid heard him all the way from the tail
All the
when
way
we
from the
know
tail.
they've traveled at least through 4 or 5 cars at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you no.
They've
It's loud
gone
on a train.
they've gone through there's the tail and then there's like that checkpoint
Mm-hmm.
slash armory, I guess, and then the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
prison, and then
Yeah.
oh no, I didn't even forget like the like security guards like
Oh,
bedroom
yeah.
place,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
the prison, and then where
Yeah.
they are right now.
Yeah, and then there's the water, and then there was like one more. So like
Yeah.
how?
And then so there is a fight. It's a very well filmed fight.
Yeah, the fight scenes were really good.
It's like in like only lit by torchlight. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Edgar is killed,
Yeah, poor
because
guy.
Curtis decides to go after Mason rather than help Edgar,
Mhm.
which okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the minute he like looked back at Curtis, I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna choose Mason, and I'm like, that's the right choice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
um
sorry, bro.
and so Curtis captures Mason and forces the mercenaries to surrender. Gilliam has the survivors go to the water supply section and clean themselves up, while Tanya and Andrew interrogate Mason about where their children are.
Hmm.
Mason tells them that Wilford sends for the children. She then tells them that taking over the water car is useless because the water comes from the front of the train.
Yeah. Also,
But
every time she said that Wilford likes kids, I was like,
yeah, I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't like the way you're saying this. Because
yeah,
she
like
just kept saying it. And I was like, oh no.
like when they got the kids the first time when Timmy was taken, and they're like, yeah, Wilford loves kids. I was like, ah. And then
I'm just going to
Mason says it
spoil it right
again.
now. It's not what you think. It's
It
not.
really isn't. No.
So you
Yeah.
can breathe. It's not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If he was, then we would have been like hating on it from the start.
Yeah.
A lot harder than we are right now. But yeah. It just the way that they kept saying it throughout the movie, it led to bad like imagery.
Yeah. And so she's a survivor. And so she's like, I'll help you get to the front and kill Wilford if you let me live. She then proceeds to take out her dentures for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. I was it to prove a point or
I have
what?
no idea.
Yeah, because she's like, I'll take you to him, and then just takes out her top like
Yeah,
teeth, and we're like,
Miss Gummy Bear just took out her teeth and was
yeah,
like, I'm one
yeah,
of you.
no,
I'm also poor, even though I can afford dentures.
right, right,
And so that night, Gilliam tells Curtis that he told everyone to go wash up so that he can assess the damage. And he noticed that a lot of people died. He's like, maybe we're done.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
no, Curtis decides to go forward.
mm-hmm.
And he's like, Gilliam, you and the wounded can stay here to guard the prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Gilliam then tells Curtis that he should be the leader now. And when he gets to Wilford, to cut out his tongue.
Yeah. Don't let him speak. Just cut his tongue out.
Yeah. The next day, most of the people stay behind, with only Curtis, Nam, Yona, Tanya, Gray, and Andrew. Oh, and Mason going
Yes.
forward.
Also, they like before they go forward, they stop for like a charcoal drawing of
Yeah.
them. For historical sake, I don't understand, but they literally stand there for God knows how long.
You have to take a selfie with the crew.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
have
squad and your prisoner right before you go
Yeah.
deeper into the train.
Right before you go overtake a government.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they enter the next car to see a garden with various fruits and vegetables. Nam shows Yona dirt for the first time.
That she tries to eat.
Yeah, she tries to eat it with
Poor
worms
thing.
inside of it.
Yeah.
The next car is an aquarium full of fish.
You know, the fish that all went extinct when the
Yeah.
earth froze over.
And this aquarium has a sushi bar
Yes,
at
it
the end
does.
of it. Mason tells them that sushi is only served in January and July so that they can maintain a sustainable balance.
Uh-huh.
This is foreshadowing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, she says like the ecosystem, whatever, everything is balanced perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's how we are able to enjoy all of this stuff. And it's like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When Mason tries to eat some sushi, Curtis forces her to eat a protein block.
Go off.
These other people still don't understand.
Yeah, the significance of
the
it.
significance of this, but yeah.
I would have been shoving it down her throat, bro.
They then move to the next train that is full of frozen livestock and poultry.
Yeah.
And then while I'm there, Mason asks if her restraints can be taken off for the next section because it's where the primary school is.
Mm-hmm.
So they give her a blanket.
Yeah. They literally just cover her shackles, and it's like, nah, man.
It's like, do you think we're stupid? Like,
right.
No. Tanya and Andrew then ask the kids if they've seen their children, and one boy stands up and says they went towards the front of the train.
Mhm.
Inside the school car, the teacher leads a chant where she and the kids pretty much worship the train and Mr. Wilford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right after they just finished watching a propaganda video about the construction of the
Mhm.
train. Like, all they're learning about is the train.
Yeah.
No math, no
Mm-mm.
reading, just train.
Yeah, train and history and religion, if you want to
Yeah,
count Wilford.
yeah.
That's literally it.
There's also this like little blonde girl that needed her ass whooped.
Ugh, I hated her.
Her parents were definitely Republicans in the old world.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Hmm. Yeah. That's why they're on the train.
Yeah. The, the teacher then has the children look out the window because they're coming towards the Frozen Seven, a group of people who escaped the train and froze to death.
Yes.
They were a past riot that failed.
Hmm. Because one of them was an Inuit woman, and she said that
We can
she,
survive.
she knew how to survive, and so 6 other people went with her. And like Nam knew her because he like told Yona.
Yeah, I have a movie fact about that.
Okay. And that kind of confused me because, you know, just throw facts out there, but no explanation for
Yeah.
a lot of this.
And how did she think she was able to survive that if literally everyone else on Earth had died?
Yeah.
That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also when Nam was like, yeah, she taught me about snow and I know like all the different types of snow. I was just like, okay.
Okay.
Like
Random.
it makes a point later, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
And even then it's the connection is very weak.
even really did it? uh, okay. And then a man comes into the room to give the children boiled eggs, or as they called them, New Year's eggs. There were
Yeah.
hundreds of eggs.
Yeah. There were so many.
They're so wasteful. Why were there so many eggs?
Yeah. And like I love how people were just taking one and they literally could have taken like basketfuls.
Oh, Tanya did. She was getting pockets full.
Yeah. Cuz like
Also,
there was way too many in there.
way too many.
Full wheelbarrow. Well.
Oh, it was more than a wheelbarrow. It was like one of those, those carts they have for laundry at hotels. It
Oh
was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah. Full of eggs.
And then also, the man from the beginning of the movie is sent in to play the violin for the children.
Yeah, a violin with
How
one
degra-
string.
how degrading is that?
Yeah.
That literally they drug you to the front to play the violin for children.
Mhm. Yeah. Cuz I thought he was being brought up for Wilford, you know.
I thought
And
at least it would be like a concert of some sort.
yeah. Yeah. Like in the fancy like bar cart or whatever.
Yeah. Also, did you notice that Tanya cracked an egg open on that bitchy little white girl's
Yeah.
head?
She
I
literally took an egg, like bopped it on the back of her head.
I watched it 3 times. It was so funny. And then Curtis noticed that his egg has a red letter in it that says blood.
Yes.
Right before the man with the eggs pulls out a machine gun on the remaining tail soldiers in the back. And then the teacher, who is pregnant,
Yes.
pulls one out as well and starts shooting at Curtis and the gang, and she shoots Andrew in the head.
Mm-hmm. Surprised they have bullets.
Yeah. Because I guess they were saving them. I don't know why they had bullets for machine guns and not for the soldiers in the back.
Also, this is like the only point where they use guns.
No. There's another point.
Is there?
The Matrix part towards the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah, but like after that, when like the mob comes, no guns anywhere.
No.
They're back to fighting with pipes and stuff.
Yeah, and then after she shoots Andrew, Gray literally hops on the ceiling and like kills her.
Chucks a knife at her neck.
Yeah. And then the man in the back along with the prisoners, kill all the other tail soldiers, including Gilliam.
Yeah.
And they show it on
On
TV.
TV.
Mason tried to grab the teacher's gun, but was caught by Curtis and immediately started screaming, "It wasn't me." Okay, Shaggy, calm down.
Love it.
Her character is so funny though. Like she immediately just turned around and was like, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
Yeah.
And then Curtis is fed up with her, and so he kills her anyway.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fair.
Sorry,
They
Mason.
they continue forward now with a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and they see people at the dentist having tea, getting their hair
Yeah.
done. We didn't have the most ridiculous scene of the entire movie. It's time now. We've made it
Which one?
to the Matrix scene.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a pointless scene.
it makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
Curtis and this bodyguard man are shooting at each other from different cars through the windows.
Yeah. So the train at this point, they are making this huge turn.
A huge turn.
And so the one of the guards, he's in the primary school, and Curtis and the gang are like 4 cars ahead, and now they can see one another, and they just start shooting the glass.
How they see each other, who knows?
Yeah, through all the snow and blizzard that's going on outside. No idea. But they just shoot at the windows.
Yeah.
Like, did y'all keep expressing the importance of this train?
Yeah,
and how it keeps you alive. Right. And y'all are shooting through the windows. And like at one point you see like this little snow crystal come in, and I literally thought they were gonna die, because I'm like,
aren't you letting the cold in? Like,
yeah,
what's
you're letting the cold
here?
in.
And how are you gonna fix this?
Right, and you're wasting bullets.
Yeah.
They're not even hitting each other. None of the bullets hit. They just hit the window.
Yeah.
And create holes.
And so, yeah, they don't hit each other because, duh. How the bullets even made it far enough to go through one piece of glass, through a frozen tundra, and then hit another piece of glass, I'll never even understand.
Right.
How Curtis knew how to shoot a gun.
Right. This is basically what is it? Was it Wanted? Where you like teach them how to curve a bullet?
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's Wanted.
Yeah,
it's a mixture of The Matrix and Wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. And so after this, Curtis and his gang go hide in the next car, which is like a sauna.
Mm-hmm.
And then Curtis continues his shootout with the guard inside the sauna.
Yeah. He somehow runs through 4 cars and catches up.
Yeah. The guard kills a passenger. And then another guard, because the guard questioned why he killed a passenger.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tanya tries to attack him, but is shot because she literally screams.
Yeah.
Towards him.
Yeah. She had a good like jump on him, and then she just decided to scream.
She was like, ah! And I was like, Tanya, you don't announce that you're attacking someone.
She didn't make good decisions in this movie.
She did not. He then fights and kills Gray.
I was so sad. I really thought he was going to come in and save the day. And like,
while Curtis is unconscious, Gray is killed.
Yeah, I literally thought he was dead.
Yeah, and then Nam and Curtis then kill the man.
Yeah.
Yona tries to help, but like Nam is like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. She picks up one of the knives and like goes to stab him in the side, and he just like hits the knife out of her hand.
Yeah. And then before she dies, Curtis promises Tanya that he will find Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Now the only survivors of the revolt are Curtis, Nam, and Yona.
Mm-hmm.
And so they continue forward. They make it to a car that's a club. How they have alcohol, who knows?
Right. Also, there's a bunch of people in those 2 cars that they're about to go through.
A bunch of people. But I'm really just stuck on the alcohol thing. Like, they've been on this train for 17 years. How are they drinking Mai Tais? I saw bottles of wine. I saw Mai Tais. I was like, how?
Right.
Did
Like,
Mr. Wilford like really stock up on wine and stuff before?
the last 17 years though?
Everyone, maybe it's like only a New Year's thing. On like New Year's, they have a
Maybe.
big party.
Maybe.
Who knows? And then the entire time they're going forward, Nam and Yona are like stealing people's shit. And I was rooting for them the entire time.
Yeah, same.
Like you could just hear people in the background be like, "Where's my coat? Where's my chronal?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my drink." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Right. And then like Yona would turn around and just be like, ugh, and like
right."
keep running with their stuff.
She'd like do something about it.
Right. And she's like, what are you gonna do? Fight me?
And then they make it to the last car, and a frustrated Curtis tries to fight Nam because he wants to get into the gate immediately, and Nam is like, calm down. He literally gives him his last cigarette, the last cigarette on earth.
Yeah.
He gets it to him. He's like, can you please calm down? Like,
Yeah. He's like, dude, like this is you're doing too much right now.
yeah.
I need you to calm down.
He's like, I was almost killed like 50 times today. Like, can you
Right.
please calm down?
Right. Take a chill pill, rest for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then we'll circle back to this getting through the gate.
Yeah.
Curtis then proceeds to tell Nam about how life was when he first boarded the train. Trigger warning.
Yes.
Cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
Yeah. They had to resort to cannibalism, including babies, which apparently taste best.
Taste the best. Yeah, because Curtis is like, this is like the boohoo backstory. It really is terrible.
It is.
But like, he's like, I know the taste of human beings. And he's like, and I know babies taste the best. And I was like, sir?
Ew. I was like, why were you eating babies? How did that come up?
Yeah.
Like there were tons of adults to eat. Whose idea was it to eat babies?
Yeah. Also, babies can't feed a lot of people. Why are you eating babies?
Like a baby will feed 1, maybe 2 of you.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on how hungry you are. And if you're eating all these people, then you're definitely really hungry. So
yeah.
Why the babies?
Yeah, calm down, Army Hammer. Like, come on.
Right.
Ugh.
We all know that you start with the old and the weak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He then tells Nam that some men killed a woman and took her baby to eat. Which why didn't they eat the woman?
Yeah.
Whatever. And that an old man took the knife that they were going to kill the baby with, and cut off his own arm to save the baby. The old man was Gilliam. The baby was Edgar.
Yes.
And Curtis was
also,
the man that killed Edgar's mom.
Yeah. It's a weird like full circle thing. Also, he said that when Gilliam cut his arm off, it like spurred on a bunch of other people to do the same.
Yes.
And I just want to say, like, nice show of like support and like don't eat the babies. But y'all are in the tail end of the train. How are you guys gonna care for your amputated arms?
Who knows?
Infection and
the infection rate was probably sky high.
Yeah, there's no bandages, I'm assuming.
No, how were they cooking people? They didn't have any matches until Nam had his stolen.
Were they
eating raw people? That's disgusting.
Also, I feel like that would be so chewy and just
and unsanitary.
Unsanitary.
And mixing, isn't that like mixing blood in your system?
Yeah.
Like,
imagine the diseases.
Yeah, the tail end probably has so many diseases.
Yeah, like they were surprised to see showers and stuff. So did they ever showered? Were there bathrooms back there?
Probably not.
So honestly, like they explain it later with the whole engineer Wilford and Gilliam. Why didn't they just think that because the conditions were so poor that the tail end would just die off?
I don't know. I don't know why they kept the tail end alive. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
Other than for what we learn at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when we get there, but like it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
And then they were eating each other. Yes. Disgusting. And then eventually the soldiers started coming in with the protein blocks. We don't
Yeah.
know how long they were eating each other for.
Yeah, they don't say.
But he also said they didn't have water. So how did they survive?
Yeah. You literally cannot live without water.
Yeah, that was weird. Were they like drinking each other's pee or something? Like something had to be
Cuz
happening.
yeah, cuz they said if they controlled the water card, then they control everything. So
Imagine wanting to live like that. Like literally, I'd be like, just kill me.
yeah.
I don't want to live like this.
Yeah, at this point I would have been like, "You know what? You're hungry. Just take me out."
Right? Kill me. Like slit my throat. Let's get this over with. I don't want to live like this.
Yeah. Quick death, just, whatever you want to do, just make it
Yeah.
quick
Make it quick.
cuz I will not be living in these conditions.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm too bougie for this shit.
Yeah. And like I understand like the whole like your instincts to survive would kick in. No. No. If we're eating people and babies,
Yeah. Kelly, I don't even know the last time I drank unfiltered water, so I definitely wouldn't be able to do this.
right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I am bougie as hell. uh, and then so Nam tells Curtis that they should just leave the train
Yeah.
because on the bridge, he noticed that a crash plane that he sees every year is starting to
Mhm.
show more, and he believes that means it's getting warmer outside.
Mhm.
He also has been stockpiling chronal for years so that he can blow open the one door to the outside
Yeah.
world. They
Also,
only have one door.
that doesn't not prove that he's not an addict.
Yeah.
Because he was still like sniffing it and stuff like that throughout the
Yeah.
train.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he like sniffed it until it got to like a certain, size, and he's like, you know what, I can put it away now. I can save it.
Honestly, only an addict would think of an idea like this. But yeah. And then before he can do this, the gate to the front of the train opens and Claude comes out and shoots Nam and
Yeah.
then takes Curtis to meet Mr. Wilford.
Yeah.
Wilford congratulates Curtis for making it and tells him that he stages the revolutions to reduce the population on the train
Yeah.
and that Gilliam was in on it.
Yeah. So they just work together
Yeah.
to keep balance.
Mentally disturbed,
Yes.
mentally ill.
Yeah.
Seek medical attention.
Yes. Immediately.
Immediately. You couldn't like tell people to wear condoms or something to reduce the population. Like there's easier ways. You didn't have to kill people.
Yeah. Also, like if from what we're going on that they had to eat people for however long that they had to and then only providing them with protein blocks, like the living conditions would have been terrible and they would have died out eventually.
Yeah.
Because like newborn babies probably could not survive back there. And that's why there's so few of them.
Yeah.
And if one or two are taken every year, that just, lowers it.
Yeah. There can't be that many people back there. Plus,
Yeah.
like, how old can you get if all you're eating is this protein block
Right. Right.
and you live in terrible conditions?
Right. Like, and you're in cramped quarters, so you're not using your body as much, so your muscles are going to atrophy, blah, 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 blah.
Honestly, and I have a question that I just thought of. What if they do with dead bodies?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do they do with them?
Fertilizer?
They can't open the train,
Yeah, they can't open the train.
even though they can shoot holes in the windows, but whatever.
Whatever.
Do they just like burn them somewhere?
I don't know, because it's not like a traditional engine where you could just like throw bodies onto like a fire and watch them burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess we'll never know.
Right. So like if the tail end of the car had better conditions so that they would last longer, then yeah, I would have been like, yeah, then they're a problem because then,
Yeah.
if they're treated better, then they'll live longer, blah, blah, blah. literally, Willem and Wilford just did this for fun.
Yeah, they were bored.
Yeah.
They get bored, and so every couple of years they're like, I think it's time for
Yeah,
another
let's stage
revolution.
another revolution.
It's like the Hunger Games for them. Like they just
It
love
really
to just like
is.
watch this.
It really is. Because I think this is where Claude brings up the whole 74% thing.
Yeah.
Like, because you hear Mason say it earlier in the movie when they're facing off with the mercenaries. And then Claude gives like an update and he's like, yeah, so 74% of the people are still alive in the back.
Oh, it was 74% alive? I thought it was 74% needed to be killed.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Because
Okay.
then because then he instructs the guy that comes in with the eggs to like kill some more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so I don't. This whole idea is just not.
So I'll continue. See if it makes more sense.
Continue.
It won't,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It won't.
And so the revolt was supposed to end at the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And since it didn't, and too many people from the front of the train died, Gilliam was punished by being killed.
Yeah.
So apparently Gilliam is doing this to stay alive, I guess.
Yeah. Were the like mercenaries considered part of the front of the train? Because I didn't see people from the like front of the train actually die.
Only like two.
They literally just passed by everyone. Yeah.
The teacher and that one person in the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know his rationale.
Yeah, because when he said we suffered too many casualties, I'm just like, dude, they didn't touch anybody up here.
Yeah, unless the soldiers are considered front.
Unless the soldiers count.
Which is weird. But
I feel like that would be like middle class.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Whatever.
So while Curtis is talking to Wilford, the guard that we thought was dead awakens
is not dead
in the sauna and makes his way towards the front of the train.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the partiers from the club come to the front to kill Nam and Yana for stealing their stuff.
Which is dumb because like they literally steal 2 coats and a wine bottle.
Yeah. So Nam
a few
fights them
stones.
off. Because they literally attack him one by one.
Yeah. It's funny because like they go over like the first set of engines or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a bridge. So literally Nam just stands in the middle and like one challenger walks up to him. He like puts him down and then another walks forward. It's funny.
It's funny. And then Yona this entire time is trying to like open the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, because Nam is telling her to open it so that she can get the match from Curtis so that she can light the chronal bomb that he put on the side of the train.
Yeah, to open the door so they can get out. Wilford shows Curtis the engine, and it like has like a persuasive thing happen to him. He gets like hypnotized by it. Don't understand how that works.
Yeah, he gets in like a trance.
Yeah, and this
because it's like a separate room.
Yeah,
kind of. Curtis is put into, and then he just stands there and just watches the whole thing move.
And Wilford is trying to like persuade him to take over his position and lead the train.
Yeah, because Wilford's like, you think my job is easy? I have to be up here by myself. And it's like, bruh.
It's like, okay.
All right.
But like,
you're not the victim here.
You're not.
You're not the victim.
And then Yona is finally able to open the train. And she takes out Claude. She takes her gun and tries to shoot the guard because the guard has finally made it to the front. Yeah. And she literally misses.
Yeah,
she doesn't shoot anyone.
She just points the gun in the general direction of where he is and just starts shooting.
And she misses everyone. There's a huge group of people there, and she doesn't hit anyone.
Yeah, she should have hit somebody.
And her father is literally like, stop shooting. And she's like, and she literally says no.
She says no.
Shooting.
She is so chaotic in this movie. And like
so chaotic. And so she runs out of bullets.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay. And so she takes the chronal, puts it on the door, and then goes to find Curtis so she can get the match. Curtis by this point is like under a spell.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I love this train now.
I live for the train.
I live for the train. Have you seen this engine?
Right. Come up here.
Come up here. Come here. Come look.
Stand with me. Walk with me. Do you see this shit?
Yes.
Engine.
She is under Wilford's spell, metaphorically, not literally, because I have to preference that because apparently with all the other stuff that's going on, you could think there's magic involved. So I have to think.
I thought it was either magic or like this was all a simulation and whatever. And like it was like the like the Matrix, and then like because when I thought Curtis died, I thought it'd be like that moment where like something would flash and then he like wake up and I'm like, oh, everyone's a robot. They've been on this train for like hundreds of years, not 17.
They just get rebooted every couple of years. Oh my gosh, it's like Westworld.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like they're all part of the train. There's nobody there's no humans on this train. It's just
it's an experiment.
Bro, that would have been a better movie.
And then so Curtis is like not trying to help her, and so Yona then tries to pry the floorboards up to show Curtis something, and so he helps her. And when they pull them up, they find Timmy maintaining the engine. So now we know why Wilford needed children.
Yeah, and why they are measured.
Wilford uses children under the age of 5, literal toddlers.
Yeah.
As replacement parts for the engine.
Yeah, it's basically the Industrial Revolution, like when child labor laws were non-existent.
Yeah.
And they would use little kids because they were tiny and they could fit in certain parts of the shop.
Yeah.
And fix things. That's literally what he was doing.
Because Wilford didn't think that eventually he would need replacement parts on this train that's supposed to go on forever.
Yeah. Yeah. He's literally like, the parts that were usually used for this, they've gone extinct now. And I'm like, bro.
Like, you didn't think that maybe you would need extra parts. Like the desk I'm using right now came with extra parts. So what's happening there?
Like if my cardigan comes with an extra button and it's a cardigan.
Yeah.
Like you don't think
your train should come with extra parts.
Right. Also, like, shouldn't he need a whole team of people to run that train?
He should.
Because that's a huge ass train.
It's a huge ass train.
I'm sure things break, pipes burst somewhere. You need a whole crew of people to fix it.
What happens if a pipe bursts? Does he like tape a human's face to one end and their ass to the other and just have them go through?
Is that what they do with the dead bodies? They like take out an intestine and replace a pipe with it.
Yeah, they're like, don't touch it.
Right. There's things that, like body parts are hanging from places.
Like it still needs to go through rigor mortis so that it could stay. Like don't touch
it. Somebody put it outside the train for a hot second. We need it to stay.
Yeah. And so when Curtis sees Timmy, he like comes out of his trance and he's pissed off. And so he gives Yona the match, knocks out Wilford, and tries to take Timmy out of the engine, but like his arm gets stuck.
Yeah, because there's like a revolving part on top of Timmy.
Yeah.
So
how Timmy got down there, who knows?
Right. They would have had to stop the train or something.
Yeah. Which you can't stop the train. And so when his arm gets stuck, this causes the engine to stop. So the other boy, who we now know is named Andy, at the end of why do they keep doing this, giving us names of people at the end of their story?
Yeah, I don't know.
He comes out of like a shelf.
Yeah, because there's like bookshelves around this room, and he just comes out of one.
He just comes out of one.
Yeah, I don't know where he was previously, but
and then he goes into another part of the engine to restart the engine.
Yeah, so like the room that like Curtis was in like his whole trance. Like some part of it opens up and he
Yeah.
comes out of the bookshelf and then sits in it and then it closes.
And then he like knows how to operate it, even though he's like
Yeah.
5 years old.
5.
Weird.
Yeah.
Um, and so he does it so he can restart it.
Hmm.
Uh, Curtis tries to like get him to stop, but
Yeah.
he doesn't for some reason.
Yeah. So like he calls
These,
out to Timmy multiple times
yeah,
and he's still doing his old job.
these
And
kids seem to be hypnotized, even though they've only been
yeah.
gone from the tail for like 2 days max.
Yeah. Yeah. They're totally under the control of the engine or Wolford. I don't know.
I need to get a look at this fucking engine because
Right.
apparently it can do wonders. Because wow. And so yeah, Nam kills the guard finally,
Finally.
and Yona lights the chrono right before Curtis loses his arm getting Timmy out of the engine.
Hmm. How? I don't
How?
know. Because there's still that thing
Yeah,
above them.
the thing is still there. And then Yona comes and runs in. She takes Timmy, and Curtis and Nam cover them with their bodies before the
Hmm.
chrono explodes, which causes an avalanche that derails the train.
Hmm.
And then after the train is derailed, all but 3 cars are destroyed. So hundreds of people are dead.
Yeah. Basically, everybody on the train is dead.
Everyone is dead except for Yona and Timmy.
Yeah.
And the movie ends with them going outside with the coats that Yona and Nam stole from the rich
Hmm.
people.
Yeah. They're not dead, by the
They're
way.
not dead.
They're alive.
And they see a polar bear, out in the world where no
Yeah.
life
No. Yeah. Where
is.
everything was extinct.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, they're seemingly the only survivors of this, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not shown whether or not Curtis and Nam died,
Yeah.
but
They
it's
don't show any other survivors but
they
Yona and
also don't
Timmy.
show any dead bodies, even though
They
there
don't.
were tons of people in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. So they literally just show the car that Yona, Nam, Timmy, and Curtis were in.
Yeah,
And then you see the two of them get out, and that's it.
that's it.
Because like I would assume that there are some people alive in the 3 front cars that are just, like that made it through the tunnel,
Yeah,
but everyone else who like fell off
everyone
that
in the
bridge,
back died.
they're dead.
If you weren't in those first 3 cars, there's no way you're alive.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I don't know if that ending was supposed to be like hopeful because there's a polar bear, but like if you just go on the fact that you only see 2 people survive, everyone's dead.
Yeah,
Like what?
yeah, everyone's dead. Like that's the end of humanity. we
Mm-hmm.
we had a good run.
We really did.
Yeah, but that's our movie.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for the movie facts?
Yeah.
Okay, first one about the woman
The
that Nam
woman.
was talking about.
Okay,
That
yes.
that woman is Yona's mother.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, there was no additional lighting used when filming the torchlight fight scene. They only used torchlights.
I could see that. That also makes it super cool.
Yeah. Uh, you want to know what the protein blocks were made of?
What?
It's not that bad. They
Okay.
were made of seaweed, something called tangle, don't know what that is, sugar, and gelatin.
Oh, that's not bad.
The guy who played Edgar said they tasted gross.
Oh, yeah.
Tilda Swinton said they tasted good.
Oh, so I guess it's just a preference because of the seaweed.
Preference. It's a preference thing.
Yeah.
I like seaweed, so maybe I like it.
Yeah.
Depending on what tangle is, maybe I'll
Yeah.
like it.
I'm gonna look that up. What is that?
Yeah,
Is
look
it
it up.
spelled like I think it would be spelled?
Yeah, it's just like tangle.
Tangle. Okay. Oh, tangle is another form of seaweed.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's an
maybe.
edible. It's an edible brown seaweed.
Brown.
It's a popular dietary supplement and traditional marine food resource to promote material health in Korea.
Okay. Well, if someone makes a protein block, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try anything once.
He will not mention the M word, but Jordan will try anything once.
Oh no, 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 no,
Oh
no,
no
no,
no no, sorry.
no, 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 no.
Jordan is triggered. I'm sorry.
I'm triggered. Mimosa almost killed me.
You said the word.
I did.
You just start gagging.
So is this movie iconic?
I would say no.
I also said no.
Yeah. It's
I thought it was an okay movie. It had an
yeah.
interesting plot. It had a good twist.
Hmm.
They used foreshadowing very well.
Yeah, they did.
It's just like it was missing something. I don't like the fact that it was on a train. It should have been like in a city, like
Yeah,
an underground city or something.
or they should have like started on the train and then gotten off the train, you
Yeah,
know?
something else. The whole story being on the train wasn't
Right.
melding well.
Right. Because like the tail wouldn't have known if you stopped somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Because they don't have any windows.
Also, how the train had never been derailed before. I'll
Yeah,
never understand.
right. There
Was
was
it
like a there
was
was a
there like
lot
a
of oh,
was there like
sorry,
a
go.
plan if it did derail? Like what if like one section derailed? Could you like detach from that section?
Maybe. I'm sure they had some kind of plan, maybe.
It seemed like they didn't.
It
But
really, yeah. Yeah, because there were some parts of the train that were like engineered very well and it like made sense for the
mhm.
story. And then other times you're like, this train literally is just breaking down every second.
Yeah.
And if your only resource is children from the tail end, you're
Like
not gonna go on for that long.
no.
Because you can't have those children grow.
Right? What did they do with the children when they're too big
Or is it like the part that broke, like they just get too big and then like they get stuck in the engine
and die?
and die and then they just cleaned it up, shove another child in there. I don't know.
Ew. That was not something I needed in my mind.
I know. Now that I said it, I'm like, that's horrible. I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, this movie, it's I feel like it's one of those movies that I'd like put on and be like, oh, this is a pretty good movie, but like I wouldn't watch it of like, like my own free will. If it popped up, I'd be like, oh cool, let's watch Snowpiercer.
Yeah. It's not winning an
Yeah.
Oscar, but you
It
know,
isn't. And there are things that like they could have improved upon in the plot and stuff, because there's a lot of things where like they would like when Nam looked out the window when he was in the garden cart and he said he saw something, they never showed what he saw.
yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. I assumed it was a polar bear or like a sign of life, and that's why he really wanted to get off the train. But, that's just conjecture at this point.
Right? Because just the idea of him thinking he could see more of the plane was not enough for me to be like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
get off of this train.
Yeah. Like it, you know,
Like I'm
maybe
sitting here
something.
like maybe it's the wind. Like maybe
Yeah.
the wind pushed some snow off of
Yeah.
it.
Maybe they had like a really bad blizzard and like it just blew some of the snow off.
Yeah.
Yeah. His like plan was very flawed.
Yeah, it was. Do you have any recommendations for this week?
I do. So my first recommendation is Disney's Soul. Oh, Disney
Mm,
Pixar's Soul. I finally watched it. It's so good.
she's so late. It
I
literally
know,
came
I was
out
very
on
late.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, you know me. I've got like the long list of things that I need to watch and the shows that I get close to finishing but never do.
Oh,
Um
that reminds me, Smallville. I'm giving up.
uh
I'm giving up on it.
Oh,
I
you
can't.
are.
I can't do it.
Well, I mean, it
I
yeah,
was
it's
I was
probably
gonna
better for you.
I was gonna do a rant at the top of the show about Smallville, but we had a time constraint, so
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. So that's my first recommendation. I literally was sobbing for the last 20 minutes of the movie. So good. My second recommendation, I have three this week. I'm really going
oh
off. I'm really
wow!
going off.
Look at you.
I know.
Now I
My
have three too. You
So
can't beat me.
we have to one up each other. My second recommendation is Daywalker by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Corpse. Good song. Stream it. And my last recommendation is I Hear a Symphony by Cody Fry. Really hits me in the feels. It's such a good song.
Oh, okay. Let's
And that's
see.
me.
What are mine? My first one.
Do you have to find your third?
No. I
Okay.
have my third.
Okay.
My first one is Parasite. Same director, better movie.
Oh, he did Parasite?
Yes.
Wow, he really did a lot better on that one.
It's great. I think it's on Hulu. That's what I watched it on.
Yeah.
Very good movie. Please watch it. It's all in Korean, but like subtitles. You know how to read, right? You know how to read. You'll love it. It terrified me, like in a good way.
Yeah.
So yeah. What's next? My second one. I'm going to take you back. I hope you know this. I hope you know this song. Okay. 808 remix by Black. Great song. Like gets me in the mood, makes me want to dance, makes me want to have fun. You cannot find it on a streaming service. You have to go on YouTube.
Really?
It's not on a streaming service at all.
What is it? I mean, the title sounds familiar to me.
They have the regular 808 song on like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, but the remix is the better version of the song.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up really quick. See if you know it.
Yeah.
I hope you do. It's such a great song.
Wait, what's it called again? I'm sorry.
808 Remix by Black. Black is spelled BLAQUE.
So the first one that pops up, She Ain't Got That Boom Like I Do.
Yes!
I know that song. She ain't got the boom like I do.
Yes. Amazing song. Love that song. I listen to it like 5 times a year. I remember it like 5 times a year. And I'm just like, yes.
Such a good song. I'm going to have to listen to that when we're done.
My third song.
Yes.
Not my third song. My third recommendation, second song. No, Part 1 by Destiny's Child.
Are you going to talk about the riff?
Yes. Okay. If you're watching the music video on YouTube, if you go to 4 minutes and 6 seconds, Beyonce does a riff. I will not try it because I will not do it justice. Actually, it's not a riff. It's more of a run.
Yeah.
It's more of a run.
It's a run.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very good. It's R&B perfection. And then after you listen to Part 1 and you get like all like feel sensual, then you go over to Part 2. And then you have a club.
Yeah, and then you break it down.
Like you start twerking. Yeah. Like the first one makes you want to make love. Part 2 makes you want to twerk in the club.
Yeah. Right. So you go from like faithful, loving moment to like freak out in the out in the streets.
You go from I want to be in a monogamous relationship to I want to be.
This is my whole phase.
Yeah, I want to be kissing on everyone. Like
yes,
there's no in between. Like it's too extreme.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Part 1. In the music video, 4 minutes, 6 seconds. That's where the run is.
That's the specific recommendation we're giving.
Yes.
If you go on our Instagram on Wednesday, you'll just see that picture of like YouTube at 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
4 minutes and 6 seconds. Maybe I'll post that exact moment. I'll post the run.
Yeah, screen grab it, post it everywhere.
You'll love it. Well, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
I know we're a hot mess, but like we're your hot mess.
Yes. And when are we never a hot mess? So.
Oh, we've been a hot mess since day one.
Yeah. So like if this is now shocking you, where have you been?
Where have you been?
Everyone's listening to 2 different podcasts.
2 different podcasts. There are professional ones, and then there's us.
And then there's the crackhead chaotic energy that this show has.
But like the lovable crackhead.
Yeah. Like you'd be cool like hanging out with us. We don't scare you at night or anything.
Yeah. You see us on the street and you don't cross the street. Like
Yeah.
you're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Like you walk by, we say something kind of funny and you
Yeah.
laugh and you walk away.
You get a good laugh, you throw us a quarter,
Yeah.
you know, fun times.
Yeah, you maybe learn our name. You probably make up a new one every time you pass by. So like, hey,
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to follow us on social media.
Yes, please.
We have both an Instagram and a Twitter.
Which I still hate on Twitter. I'm sorry. Because I post every time and like Jordan makes the descriptions every week. And like I go to post it on Twitter and it's over 100 characters. And then I have to sit there for like 15 minutes and be like, how do I reword this? How do I reword this? Because like it's the dumbest thing. We're like 4 characters off. And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell am I gonna do?
That's Twitter for you. You got to
Give
keep
me
it short but sweet.
Give me 130. 130 characters, not 100, please.
Yeah, well, the handles for both of those are at SYTYI podcast.
Yes.
So when you're listening to this episode, read the description and then go on Twitter and read Kelly's
and then read
version.
Yeah. If it's, you know what, you need to like make it over 100 characters now, so that I will have to change it.
I'm gonna write a sonnet for this one.
Yeah, the last 2 I think I've had to change. I've had to take out like some words or just reword it.
Oh, I'm gonna make this one super long. I can't wait.
No.
Yeah. Also, we have an email address where you can send movie requests. Yeah. You can answer our questions. Like I have a question right now.
Yes.
Why a train? Why a train? If you happen to know why this had to be on a train, please let me know.
Mm-hmm. Or listen to our previous episode about the B movie and answer my question.
No. That question is not a lot. She literally posted it on our Instagram story, and I commented. I was like, "I will kill you." I'm surprised I didn't get suspended for saying "I will kill you" to someone on Instagram.
I thought we were gonna get suspended for one of the answers that I put on the story. I don't know their stances on that, so I literally like debated for 20 minutes if I should post it or not, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
She makes me sick.
But he's still here recording with me, so.
Mm-hmm. Share us with your friend. Oh, I forgot to say what our email was. I'm sorry. Our email is sytyipodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Share us with your friends and your family. You know, I'm a little foul-mouthed, but you know, I'm lovable.
Yeah. We do say some strange things on here, but
yeah. It's all in the name of humor.
Yeah, it is. We're not serious.
I'm not serious at all.
No.
Literally.
Yeah. Yes.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Or wherever you listen. Because on our like description thingy, there's some podcast sites or whatever you want to call them that people listen on that I've literally never heard of.
Yeah. There's some like
Podbean. What is Podbean? What is Bullhorn? What is Overcast?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is this like specific to other countries or is this?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Speaking of other countries, UK, I know you're listening. I see you.
Yes, we do.
Why do I not have answers in our email about the Princess Diary questions?
Right. What is a monarchy?
What is it?
Why is it still there? Does it work?
Why is it still there? You guys are playing yourselves. You're playing yourselves.
Like, okay, we understand ours isn't any better.
Oh no, ours is terrible.
Yeah, we're not saying ours is better. We're just saying.
But we're not paying for people to mess around and pretend like they have power. Like, come on, y'all.
So yeah, we're just a little confused.
A little confused.
We don't know what goes on.
The Queen could have power. I don't know. Explain it to me.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I went to school in America. I don't know anything about any other country.
Yeah, like what are your history classes like?
We since I'm from California, in elementary we learned about Mexico for like 2 days. Like I
Yeah. Yeah.
don't know
We
anything
we
else.
we built those
Those
mission
missions.
models.
Yep. A California staple. If you grew up in California, you built a mission.
Yeah. Yeah, you built a mission, you visited one. Like it's a standard.
Yeah. But you still know jack shit about everything.
Yeah.
How did I learn stuff but like didn't learn anything?
Yeah.
That's America for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we went to college too.
Yep. And I have a degree. It's sitting right above my head and I have no idea how to run a business.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. And my degree's in music. So
I'm
oops.
gonna since it's in music, I'm gonna give you a task. You need to come up
Oh,
with
okay.
a theme song for us. I'll give
Ooh,
you a
okay.
month. You have a month to come up with a theme song.
All
I'm gonna need vocals. I'm gonna need background music. I'm gonna need harmonies. I'm
right.
gonna need
I'm gonna need Beyonce. No, no, no. Part one riff at
yes,
4 minutes and 6 seconds.
yeah. For it's ah, it's like that, but like
Yes.
much better. So I need it.
Yes.
Where were we? um,
Our endings are always 30 minutes
we're
long.
supposed to be ending.
Yes.
Oh, also, for everyone to know, my birthday's in July, and I sent out an Excel spreadsheet with multiple
Yes.
options for my birthday.
Yeah.
And then I sent out a Google forum so everyone could vote on which option they
Yeah.
preferred. I am
Which
not
I
well.
answered, by the way.
I saw. I am not well.
Yeah. He sent an
Well, I saw that
Excel
someone answered.
spreadsheet.
I
Oh,
didn't
that
see
was
that
probably me.
I didn't see that you answered. Like it doesn't tell me who answered. It just
Oh,
tells me
okay.
that people
Well,
answered.
I just outed myself. Anyway. Yeah, he sent an Excel sheet with like breakdown, full on breakdown.
Full on breakdown. Cost,
Yeah.
options, what they
Yeah.
would be paying for, what I would be paying for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I will not be surprised if the moment we before we start our journey in July, I am not going to be surprised if it's like a high school like trip where I get like given an itinerary.
I don't
There
do
are
itineraries.
timestamps.
I don't I plan ahead, right? I do.
Hmm.
You can ask my cousin Brandy when you meet her. I do this for every trip. I do this
I can
for
see that.
every trip. But like when we're on the trip, we let loose.
Yeah. Like you have a couple things planned, but everything else,
Everything else is free for all.
yeah, it's up in the air.
It's up in the air. Okay, the people want us to leave. So
Yes.
plus you have something to do in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yay, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, please.
We need some more reviews,
Yes. Tell us you like us, please.
please. Um, Also, they are removing mask mandates left and right. You still need to wear yours.
Yeah, be careful out there, guys.
They don't actually care about your health. They just want money back in the economy. They
Hmm.
don't care about put your mask back on.
Yeah.
Let's be intelligent.
Yeah.
Let's think for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Don't forget to wash your hands, wash the
Hmm.
masks.
Yes, get vaccinated. I just got
Mm-hmm.
my second one. My arm is a little bit sore, but it's fine. I got
Yay.
those antibody yada yadas. I'm good.
Body yada yada yada
I'm almost done with this petroleum jelly.
yada. Mm-hmm.
So, you also need to stay iconic.
Yes, please.
Bye.
Bye.